Hi, my name is Basil Ugorji, and once again, I just want to thank you for joining the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch. Hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch. Most people have been asking, who are those behind the Run to Nigeria with an olive branch campaign? Who are those people? Who've been observing and following the post on our Facebook page, but on their Facebook page rather, but we do not actually know those behind it. A few weeks ago, just a week ago, before I traveled to Nigeria, I published a video, which is the promotional video of the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch, and we published it and posted on our Facebook page. And right now we have about 12,000 views of this very video that was just published just a week ago. And this is amazing. It is actually an indication that the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch has been embraced. We have a lot of following on our Facebook page. A lot of people are signing the campaign petition on our website, www.isomediation.org, www.isomediation.org. Many people are signing the petition. A lot of people are sending emails and asking, how can we contribute? What can we do to make the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch a reality? For many of you actually who do not know those behind the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch, I just want to do a very simple introduction again. I am Basil Ugorji, and I live and work right here in the United States of America, in New York. But I am a Nigerian born in Nigeria. And I love Nigeria. It's my country, and I promote Nigeria wherever I go. So whatever happens in Nigeria, whatever happens back home, it really affects us. It affects me. It affects my family. And so that's why I am very much interested in Nigeria. And I am going to run to Nigeria with an olive branch. And I hope you will do so. You're going to join me to run to Nigeria with an olive branch, to give the olive branch to many folks, many people in Nigeria. It's going to be a moment when all Nigerians and friends of Nigeria all over the world will pause for a moment and think about better ways through which we can live together in peace and harmony without killing each other, without antagonizing each other. Right now, the rhetorics and the conversation are very destructive. A lot of hate speech being circulated on social media, and the media actually is promoting some of these hate speeches all over. And these are very violent, destructive conversation. What hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch is going to do is just going to change the conversation from destructive discussion to constructive dialogue, where we can reason as human beings, reason as rational beings, to be able to set aside and separate a little bit emotions out of the way and just put them aside and become rational beings and have a rational conversation about public policy issues that have crippled Nigeria for so many years, since the independence of Nigeria in 1960. Again, I am the president and CEO of the International Center for Ethno-Religious Mediation, which is a non-profit organization in special consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council, based right here in New York and very close to the UN headquarters in New York. And I am also a conflict analysis and resolution scholar at the doctoral level. I have master's degrees in conflict resolution, mediation, specializing in ethnic and religious conflicts and conflict resolution. I've traveled all over the world and traveled in many countries in Africa, in Europe. By the way, my master's in conflict analysis and resolution was actually, done, the program was done in France, where I studied at the University of Poitiers in France, where I, earned my master's degree in conflict resolution, specializing in the mediation of ethnic and religious conflicts. And I've studied many countries, living right here in the United States as well, where I began and got enrolled in a PhD program in conflict analysis and resolution, practicing, writing books, meeting a lot of scholars from many countries and peer-reviewed journals in conflict analysis and resolution. An organization, the International Center for Ethno-Religious Mediation, convenes an international conference on ethnic and religious conflict resolution and peace building every year in New York. And we bring together many folks, many scholars, academics, and policymakers from many countries around the world and bring them over here in New York for a conversation on how to constructively resolve and manage and prevent ethnic and religious conflicts around the world. So if I'm doing this for other countries, if I am into this very profession of peace and peace building and conflict resolution, specializing in ethnic and religious conflict, and doing this for many countries around the world, why can't I do it for my own country, for Nigeria, a country that I love? Why can't I do it? And this is the reason why, we had to take the initiative to begin the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch from here in New York, and it's spreading all over the world. Many people have been asking me, Basil, why can't you come back home and get something done? Help us to be able to manage our ethnic conflict and religious conflict. And they've been asking us all these questions since we began our program and projects right here in New York, since we've been working from many countries. By the way, I had the opportunity as well of serving at the United Nations at the Department of Political Affairs right here in New York. And so I am an insider. I've been opportune to be an insider at the UN headquarters in New York. And I'm still one of the consultants within the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. Just to give you an idea of the kind of people behind the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch. This is not a kids play. We are not here to play. We are going to run. From many countries around the world, you're going to be seeing a lot of folks in Europe, in America, in Nigeria, in all the states in Nigeria. By the way, we have state organizers right now spread all over Nigeria, within the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, the FCT, Abuja. Folks will be running on the streets. Folks will be running from the National Assembly Hall in Abuja up to the presidential villa. We're going to give the olive branch to the president. If he's not here, we're going to give it to the vice president. We're going to give the olive branch to all the governors in all the 36 states in Nigeria. We're going to be running from the state assembly hall and we're going to the governor's office to give them the olive branch. We're going to give the olive branch as well to all the ethnic groups in Nigeria. Presenting the olive branch to the state, to the ethnic group leaders. By the way, I am just returning from Nigeria. I went on a visit to understand and study what is going on in Nigeria right now. Having been away for more than 9 years, have not returned to Nigeria. So I just visited Nigeria. I came back 2 days ago from Nigeria. I had the opportunity of meeting a lot of folks from Lagos to Ogun State, Abeokuta, up to Ibadan. And I went to the eastern part of Nigeria, passing through Onitsha. I went to Owerri. I went to Umuahia, Aba. I met a lot of folks, traditional rulers I met government personnel and officials, elected officials. I mean the citizens, the people, the ordinary folks on the street who are suffering, people who are highly impacted by the situation, the political crisis in Nigeria, the ethnic conflicts, the violence and hate speech that people are actually promoting and circulating for their own selfish interest. Now, I am saying selfish interest. However, you also understand that things are very difficult in Nigeria right now because of policy issues, bad policies. And these are the issues that the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch will definitely resolve. We want to bring all these things to the public attention and have a constructive, not destructive conversation about it. To find a way to manage these issues before they escalate. Before they escalate right now and lead to another 1967, the second civil war. We just don't want that. I am one of those who are actually promoting a culture of peace. So I am anti-war activist. I do not believe in war. I do not believe in violence. I believe in a peaceful, very serene atmosphere. A place where people can live together in peace and harmony. A place where children will live comfortably. A place where they can develop their potentials and pursue happiness in the land of their birth. That is what I believe in. I know we have agitations for the cessation of Biafra. By the way, I saw many Biafran agitators in the eastern part of Nigeria last week and even early this week, on Monday, on Sunday. I was passing through Enugu. I was passing through Onitsha. I went to Owerri, Aba. I saw many of them. I took pictures, and I saw many. I saw the frustration of people, and I understand it. I understand it. I understand the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. I understand what they're talking about. I understand it. However, we need to calm down. We need to calm down because whatever we do right now and get the situation escalated to violence. By the way, many of these folks have been killed by the security officials and their families have lost their loved ones. It's very painful. It's really painful. But who actually is benefiting from all these? Who is gaining? The ordinary folks, children, are they the ones gaining and benefiting from all this? Having suffered, having been killed, a lot of folks killed, more than 3 million between 1967 and 1970. Now, who is gaining right now? Why can't we calm down and have a policy discussion on the issues, on things that are not working well, things that are not working well right now? So we need to do that. And we need to, this is actually, we are in a democratic, this is actually a highly democratic time. So democratic administration. We have elected officials. If the elected officials are not doing their job, what do? We get them out. We elect new ones. We need to have a policy conversation on all these. Very important. And this is why, personally, I am going to run. I am going to give the IPOB, the Biafrans, their agitators, and their leaders, I'm going to give them the olive branch. I am going to give the coalition of Northern youth organizations and associations that gave the eviction and quit notice to the Igbos living in the northern part of Nigeria. I am going to give them the olive branch to calm down. I am going to give the olive branch to the Niger Deltans and the government officials and the president himself, President Buhari. We're going to give them the olive branch. Everybody should calm down. We have children, ordinary children. They need a better, serene society atmosphere to grow. We just have to come that we need to transform our country. We need to find a way to live together. It is possible to have a very constructive conversation, irrespective of the history and the past, irrespective of corruption and all that going on in that country. We need to calm down, everybody. So this is a time. I therefore invite you guys, whoever is listening to me right now, I want you to sign up. Sign our petition. Join the hashtag Run to Nigeria with an olive branch. We are running for peace, security. We are running for safety, the safety of Nigerian people and everybody in our country. We're running for the transformation of Nigeria, from destructive conversation to constructive conversation. We are running for unity and diversity. Because I believe that the greatest countries on earth are those countries that have learned and carved policy issues and policy proposals that could help them to live together, irrespective of their differences. And these countries are where you have the greatest inventions and technological advancements on earth. Many countries around the world, especially the greatest nations on earth, are busy exploring the space, capturing and conquering the space, conquering technology and conquering technological advancement and scientific inventions. And we are here in our own country, fighting Hausa, Fulani, fighting Igbo, fighting Yoruba, doing all that. That's not helpful. We need to be talking about improving and investing in education, the education of the young people. I just came back from Nigeria. A lot of people on the street, they should be in the library studying. A lot of people, children selling pure water everywhere on the street. If you're traveling to the eastern part of Nigeria, you see many people on the road. These are little kids. They are selling what? Pure water. They are selling peanuts on the street. These are highways. They're risking their lives. Why should we do that to our children? So we need to be thinking about what and how could we honestly invest in education to educate our children, to empower them, to change the face of our country. I was completely angry because you can't attract foreign investors and tourists in that kind of mess. Everywhere was chaotic. The roads are bad. The roads are very, very bad. So these are policy issues that we need to begin right now to talk about. The roads are bad. 1,000 naira is now referred to and equivalent to 1 naira. You can't buy anything with 1,000 naira anymore. These are policy issues. Now,